Good morning. I hope you guys are well. So, previously in the last stories about fitting guides, I talked about using the lengthen and shorten line found on most commercial patterns as the horizontal balance line. And I also said that if your commercial pattern doesn't come with one, I'll come back and let you know how to find it. So that's what I'm doing today. By the way, all stories about fit will be uploaded to my YouTube account, and the link can be found in my profile page. So over the years, I've read a lot of fitting books, and each book have different places where you should put your horizontal balance lines. But based on what I've read, I have summarized it into these few words. Horizontal balance lines are placed perpendicular to the center front line or 90 degrees. It is also perpendicular or 90 degrees from the straight grain line. Straight grain lines run parallel to the center front line. So usually when you want to establish grain on the straight grain line, you usually take your ruler, you put it on your center front, and you just mark the grain line straight and flush. That's usually how you do it. And so all your horizontal balance lines is going to be 90 degrees from center front and also your grain line. So the first place that you commonly find is the hip line, 90 degrees from the center front line. Another place that you find horizontal balance lines are an inch above or an inch below the waistline. This waistline comes directly from the pattern. It's where the pattern says your waistline is. You're going to use these lines to actually put the horizontal balance line where your waistline on your body needs to be. And this is why I said I always identify the waistline, right? Another place that horizontal balance lines go per the books, kind of like that when I was showing you guys the other day, the complete photo guide of perfect fit or fitting. Can't remember, but that one. It goes between the waist line and the bust line, anywhere between here. That book says the midpoint. Right? Another place that you could do it is your bust line, of course, and another place you could do it is your cross front. All of these horizontal balance lines are used to make adjustments on your pattern. If you open any fitting book, you'll see what I'm saying. You could literally see, oh, this is the bust point. This is where you make an adjustment. Your cross front is where you make adjustments. Your hip line, your waistline, so forth and so forth. Now, the reason why I did not say the center back should be used as a guide is because the center back can be shaped or contoured for fits. So if you have a really scooped in spine, like if there's like a severe curve, you could actually manipulate that center back to make your garment fit better at the back. And just because this line could be manipulated, it's not a constant. Guides needs to be constant because it is a guide. It needs to be like a fixed situation. Even though you raise or you lower your horizontal balance line, the actual line doesn't get erased or deleted. It just gets repositioned after you take out the excess fabric or add excess fabric. You understand what I mean? So that is why we don't use the center back, because it could be manipulated, right? So what do you do if you need to identify the cross back, which is a very popular guideline because it's used for a rounded shoulder adjustment? That's when your shoulder seam stands away from your body, or even when the neckline stands above your natural neckline. This is where you actually alter the pattern. If you want to establish this, well then, as I said, you're going to use your straight of grain line. You're going to add it by running it perpendicular to the grain, and that is how you're going to establish your cross back. and that usually hits between your shoulder and the base of your armhole, right? So guides are a visual cue. That is why we use it. It is like your first line of defense between what you think you know versus what you actually know to be true. Before you start looking at drag lines and trying to see, okay, is it pulling this way or that way, your guides will tell you whether there's a problem. Just imagine you're looking at your guides and it's going straight across your bust line, and then it dips into your side seam. Well, that is a visual cue that you can see in the mirror that tells you, oh, there's something going on. There's not enough ease, so I need to do a full bust adjustment. You don't have to speculate. You don't have to, it's right there in your face. That's why we have the guides. And I will show you a model of like the whole roadmap for guides in terms of making a proper muslin. Okay, and so here it is. You have your vertical guides and you have your horizontal guides. You don't have to put all of them. You could just choose which ones you want to use, but this is what we would use for when we're doing a proper muslin, so that each and every guide is going to be a place where you can make a modification. So I hope this helps, and as I said, I'll post it on YouTube so you guys could watch it over if you need to. And I will be back with a discussion on wearable ease and design ease. Have a nice day, and I will be back soon.